Welcome back to a new video on the channel, guys. If you are new here and you do enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, of course, welcome back. We continue then with this Movistar rebuild here on Pro Cycling Manager 2024 into the third season now, so let's get into it. We are into season 3 and the anticipation levels are pretty high. Off the back of a Landa Vuelta win in our second season in 2026, we now come into the 2027 season. Of course, some new faces on board. Very excited. Almeida joins from UAE Team Emirates. And as we go down the list here, of course, we've got some other exciting guys as well. Egan Bernal bringing a lot of experience and talent to this squad. Buitrago as well coming in. Go down, we've got the youngster, or I say youngster, 24 years of age, Igor Arieta also joining the team. Jorge Gutierrez there also joined this season, as does Harold Tejeja, and just, you know, the list continues. Christian Rodriguez coming in from Arkea B&B, the 31-year-old Spaniard, bringing some more experience to this team. And then right down to the youngster, the 18-year-old Benjamin Noval, scouted by the one and only great Alberto Contador, an evaluation of just short of 5, but definitely a talent that hopefully we can nurture, grow in this our third season. Alberto Contador, I just wanted to show you indeed our scouting screen, because look at the lineup that we have on this right hand side now. Not only do we have Alberto Contador, the great Spanish rider, we now have Fabian Cantarara, the creator of the Jackal Trick. If you know your cycling, check out Jackal Trick if you know what that's all about. But the legendary Swiss rider comes in now to join this team, as does the one and only great Eddie Merckx, who will be scouting in Belgium for us. And then Sir Bradley Wiggins coming in, who will be covering the British Isles scouting. So we've got scouts out and about, and they're just not normal scouts. They are some of the greatest riders. And not only that, but we have then gone on and created Future Movistar Under 23. That is the name of our Under 23 team, Future Movistar, kind of playing on the Future Movie Star kind of name, as it were. That is going to be our Under 23 team now in place and set up. We had some money to spend, we've put that towards this youth setup. A couple of decent names in this youth squad that we've got there at the moment. Roberto Capello, the Italian, probably being the most notable name, but we'll kind of come back to this and see how things are growing. Planning for this third season, then that's all now been done. We've got everything in place, and we're going to have quite a sort of a hectic season to get through. But of course, as always, we will try our best. We'll probably need to make some adjustments. I can see there is a bit of, you know, sort of blockage, you know, where some of these riders are just going to need a little bit more of a break between things. But we'll keep working through this. There are some fine tuning that need to be done as we move forward through to the main Grand Tours. Pretty much a similar setup in Giro to La Vuelta. Almeida is going to be heading up alongside Landa. They're going to be our two kind of main leaders for the Giro and La Vuelta. And then as we scroll across to the Tour de France, Enric Mas, our original leader, along with David Gaudu and a few other, of course, top talents in our team, are going to be the main guys taking on the Tour de France, kind of in between those other two Grand Tours. And then, of course, there again is La Vuelta. Landa there looking to retain the title if he can, but of course now he's going to have Almeida, the Portuguese rider, coming in to provide assistance for that. A couple of other things just to get in place. We're going to have to set up a training camp, which we'll do possibly right now. The last 2 seasons we've gone to Lucca in Italy. It has been a good place for us to go, and I think what we're going to do is, right at the moment, we're going to invert selection, 31,000 euros to send the entire squad there for 3 days. I'm going to book that now, so that is all done. You can see here now at the beginning of January, we're going to send the full squad off to Lucca in Italy, get some team bonding going and get this season 3 underway. So let's start progressing through, and again we'll make some stops during the season to report on anything, but hopefully it's going to be another successful year here at Movistar in this rebuild. Okay, so it's the 1st of May here in season 3, and we'll head over to the pre-season transfer market in just a second to look at our dossiers, but I need to stop by at the sponsors just for a moment. You can see that we're starting to get a couple of concrete offers come in from CMA, CGM and Cadbury's looking to offer us 17.82 million euros for each of the next 3 seasons, and then there's Bapco and Soem are also looking to offer us a somewhat similar contract, but here we've still got Movistar BMC, which is the current sponsors that we have for the team, but they're offering to support the team for the next 4 seasons and 16.857 million euros for each of those seasons. We currently just had a 1 year or 18 million with these two. And of course we are the Movistar team, so I really feel like that's the one to go for. We could sit and wait and maybe, this is going to change, but given our current setup, I think that is the one to go for. So we're going to go ahead and click sign, and that is now our contract signed for sponsors for the next 4 years. Over on the pre-transfer period then, this is kind of where we're sat at the moment. On the right hand side here we can see that we've got Enric Mas, Bernal Castrillo, Juan Pedro Lopez, Harold Quijada and Diego Pescador as the kind of 6 riders out of contract at the end of this season. But it's actually 7, because at the end of this season, last season's La Vuelta winner Mikel Landa is going to be retiring, so we need to, one, have a great season to kind of send him off, but also then we need to take that into account when we're looking to re-sign riders and also replace him and sign additional riders for next season. I'm thinking Enric Mas, Bernal Castrillo are probably the ones that we definitely want to sign, and then I'm thinking about the other 3. I mean, Diego Pescador hasn't been bad and he's still only 22 years of age, so he's still got a lot of improving to do. But over on this left hand side, this is the initial kind of short list that I've made. Carlos Rodriguez, the Spaniard, or Ineos Grenadiers would be a fantastic signing to help push our main guys at the Grand Tours and other important races. And I love Antonio Tibetti as well for Bahrain Victorious, the Italian rider. Really a cracking climber, and I think someone that we could also look to add. And then there's Oya Lascano, of course, a former Movistar rider who then moved over to Red Bull, and we could be looking to bring him back. I did put Raul Garcia Pierna there as well, but I'm undecided if that is the route to go. There are a couple of other riders. If we go back over to the right hand side, actually Santiago Umba is a 5-star potential, and Garcia there is only 4, and I'm thinking already we might kind of switch those 2 around and maybe bring in Umba. Let's actually just do that now. Let's move Umba over to that list, and we'll kind of have a think and see what we want to do there and see how that goes as we go through these next few weeks and into August, where we can actually start handing out some offers and some contracts. Okay, we're at the 8th of May, and you can see here we're just looking at the Giro d'Italia, which starts tomorrow on the 9th. And one thing that has just caught my eye is that last year's winner, Jonas Vingegaard, is not in the list for Team Visma. He is missing. If I move over to the right hand side, UAE Team Emirates, there is no Pogacar. If I go to Red Bull Bora, they have not included Roglic. That means the last 3 people to win this Giro are not in this race. But if I look at the team that I've submitted for this from my Movistar team, I've got João Almeida, supported by Egan Bernal, Buitrago, last season's La Vuelta winner Mikel Landa, and then very capable support riders in Rubio Castrillo, Juan Pedro Lopez and Jorge Gutierrez. I feel we are like the strongest team right now to tackle this Giro d'Italia, and I'm thinking we could win this. It's definitely ours to lose. Don't get me wrong, there's some absolutely fantastic strong riders. We go back to UAE, they've still got the likes of Adam Lates, Marc Soler, two riders that I think are both in the top 20 right now in the listings. And then Jay Vine, who's absolutely cracking as well. Team Visma have still got Sepkus, Oiteboots. Red Bull still got some good riders in there. Vlasov, Martinez, great climbers, and then of course there are other great climbers throughout some of the other teams as well. But I just think as a collective team, and the fact that we've got Yao Almeida, leading our team, and with the support cast that he has, this is our Giro to lose. There is not going to be a better chance, or we've not had a better chance so far to win this thing with the main three guys not in it. Of course, we'll report back at the end of the season to show exactly how we did get on, but I'm feeling good about this one, guys. Right, it's that time of the year again. It's the 1st of August, so it's happy transfer market time. But just before we go into the rankings have just updated again here in Season 3. You can see the individual rankings. Who else on top? None other than Tadej Pogačar. Remco sitting in 3rd as Jonathan Milan jumps 2 places up to 3rd now, with Jonas falling to 4th and Mads Pedersen dropped to 5th. Mikael Landa, of course, following a strong season last and a somewhat decent season this season, is sitting in 6th place. But of course, the great Spaniard is set to retire at the end of this season, but he's still producing. Jasper Philipsen up 3 to 7th, and one of our main guys, Yao Almeida, now down to 8th. So 2 of our guys in the top 10, and as we scroll down, I was just looking for Enric Mas. He has shot up there to 14th a few places. That's good to see. So a fair few looking pretty good, and then Egan Bernal dropping a few places to 23. On the team rankings, we had provisionally moved up to 2nd place there just for a few weeks during the summer months, but Ismail Isbavike have just gone back up to the 2nd there. So hopefully if we can get some strong finishes in these final few months of the season, we might be able to reclaim that 2nd spot. But obviously, due to mainly Pogačar's performances, UAE still sitting strong on top. And then you can see the nation rankings here on the side. We move over then to the dossiers in the transfer market to see potentially what we can do here. We have then moved across Enric Mas, Egan Bernal and Castrillo to this side. There is still a few outstanding riders for Movistar at the end of the season moving out of contract. There is Juan Pedro Lopez that we brought in previously, Harold Tejada there, both now at 30 years of age, and there is the youngster Diego Pescador, and I'm just debating whether we add him back to the team. I think we're going to. Let's just click on them, see if we can do a quick renew for him. 3,000, so he's going to be pretty cheap. Let's give him a 2-year. And he does want quite a bump in money, but I mean, we have got money to spend at the moment. I am going to offer him just that 12,400. He is wanting more. He's wanting a better role than teammate for a 22-year-old. I don't quite see that. He's happy with the length. I'm going to go as much as about 15, but if he doesn't take this, yeah. I'm not really into that at the moment. I'm going to leave that, potentially revisit that depending on how else we get on. But let's go back to Enric Mas. 2027 then, at the end of the season, he's out of contract. He's on 115 at the moment. Let's see what he opens that up as. I'm going to go down to about 108, a 1-year contract, leader. I'm going to try and just keep that as is. No, he does want more than that. He's still wanting a leader. The length of the contract, he's happy. What was he on at the moment? He's on about 115. Let's go 12. And I do not want to wish to discuss an eventual contract with you before next season. That is a big surprise, guys. Enric Mas. Oh, I've been caught there. I'm gonna have to move on. But oh my god, guys, I can't believe what I've just seen there with Enric Mas. Wow. Carlos Rodriguez then. Let's not sit on the Enrique Mas situation. Let's move over to Carlos Rodriguez here. 2 years, once important rider. I'm happy to actually move up to 3. And his current contract is on 107, but he's opening out at 77. So I'm going to pump up to 90, and I think that might be enough. Yeah, there we go. We're going to get Carlos Rodriguez from Ineos Grenadiers. Give him that extra year. Important rider, very well-rounded, and will be very much a great support rider for our guys. 80 mountains, 78 medium mountains, 76 hills. Great stamina, good resistance, good recovery, great downhill. Yep, that is going to be a fantastic signing for us. But Enrique Mas, this is, I mean, as they like to say, the shit has hit the fan with that situation. But anyway, we move over to Antonio Tiberi from Bahrain Victorious. 49,000 at the moment with his current contract. Only once a year. But I'm happy to push that straight to 3. And what was he on? 49, once 58. Let's go say 65. Wants a little bit more. Go to 70. We are going to have to go a little bit more. Let's go to 80. I was going to go 5 again, but I'm happy to push. The fact that we're not going to get Enrique Mas, and if we go to Tiberi stats, 80 mountain, 80 medium mountain, 77 hills, good time trial, good flats, good stamina, good recovery, good rider to get on board. So that's Rodriguez and Tiberi secured for next season. Egan Bernal, we're going to have to try and do something here. He's on 50,000, and what is he now? He's at 30 years of age. Let's see what we can do with him. Once luxury teammate, don't really have a problem with that. 2 years, let's go 1. And I'll go up to 60. Once more than that. Let's go to 70 and see if that secures him. No, does want more. There we go, 75. It's a bit more than I wanted to pay, but I only wanted to give him the 1 year. I didn't want to push for 2 and extend beyond that. I haven't really done too much of a deep dive as to who is going to be available at the end of next season. So I'm just trying to keep my options open. And of course, as Egan Bernal moves into his 30s or beyond 30, and we're really needing to be a little bit careful about how we structure things, because we're going to be going into season 4 next year and then season 5 to finish off. So I'm trying to keep sort of maybe a bit of space open as to whom we sign and what we do. We move over to then Lascano, of course, former Movistar rider. Let's see if we can look to bring him back. Very much a fantastic rider. He wants 3 years. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Currently on 31. That's okay. Let's just go slightly above that and see where that takes us. And he's happy with that, so he is going to return to Movistar. Lascano will once again be a rider for Movistar, or should I say Movistar BMC. Daniel Felipe Martinez then for Red Bull, another Red Bull rider, currently on 60,000. Is 31 years of age. Okay, I've opened up with a single year, 40,000. Might have to push this to say 55. I think that's going to get us close. And yeah, it's all right. 55, so it's 5,000 less than his current contract, and it's on a single year. He's already 31, so I don't want to push too far beyond that. Much like Egan Bernal, we're just giving them that 1 year contract. Let's move over to the 24-year-old then, Santiago Umba. See what we can do with him. We're just getting a little bit of congestion I'm going to push that down to teammate. I want this 24-year-old to get above his station here and think that he's more important than some of the other guys that we've got on this team. Oh, and he was almost there straight away, but he's just not liking that teammate role. But if I just give him an extra... Yeah, I'm just trying to be... Give him an extra year on that contract. No. I'm going to go 40, but I'm not going to go beyond that. Or am I? He wants more than a teammate, though, but I can't justify giving a 24-year-old... I mean, he's good, but I mean... Is he as good as... Oh, man. Luxury team. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'll give it to him, but he's going to have to earn it. He's going to have to earn it. Santiago Umba will then be a Movistar rider for next year. Now, Castrillo, 23,500 at the moment. I like him. Great rider. Definitely a guy I want to bring back. Luxury teammate. He's happy to get that. 26 years of age. I'm happy to go 3-year contract. Currently sat at 23,500. I will happily go say 30 for you, and bang, is it? Yes, it is. Straight away. 3 years, luxury teammate Pablo Castrillo continues with Movistar. No problems in making that contract happen. And that is going to be it for the list. But I am still shell-shocked by what has happened here with Enric Mas. But just before we finish up, though, I'm just still reeling off the back of Enric Mas not signing for us. Another rider that I forgot to take a look at was Marc Soler for UAE. 33 years of age, but definitely a rider with a lot of experience. And I'm just feeling like this might be worth just a little looky, just to see if there's any way that we can make this happen. 35,000 euros a month current contract. Happy just to look at the 1 year. Going to say 30,000, and we are going to be able to make that happen without putting him on a dossier. We've just gone straight in there, told him what we're offering, and he is happy to make that happen. So we're at that point of time throughout the year where we need to start looking at our equipment suppliers over the next course of the 12 months. Of course, we've been with the frame supplier of Cervelo some time, and I don't see any reason why we can't necessarily continue that with our team, so I'm going to continue that. Our Envy Wheels equipment supplier program is still carrying on through into 2028. That's nothing for us to do there. And in terms of group set, I mean, potentially, I would say let's just say stay with. And with our group set, SRAM has been our supplier there. So again, I think we just carrying on, and it will sign with them to continue things there. We're here then, 20th of October, all the races is said and done here in this third season. So we're going into the highlights here to see if there's any success for Movistar in this third year. And we can see that San Sebastian Classic, won by Jan Almeida. Love to actually see it. He has been the shining jewel for Movistar this year. Wins elsewhere for Roglic, Ayuso, Pogacar, Van der Poel, Jonathan Milan, taking 2 there, Almeida and Van den Broek. We move over to the monuments. Another year without a monument for Movistar. To be expected, really. You know, we've really concentrated on building out a high quality GC team to support our main leaders in the tours. But you can see here, of course, you know, Jonathan Milan once again, Milan-San Remo, Wout van Aert, the Ronde, Mads Pedersen, Paris-Roubaix, even Valverde, Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and Pogacar taking Lombardia to the national championships, and we don't have any winners there. But over in the world, you can see here, Jan Almeida takes the time trial title. We have a world champion on our team. Daniel Felipe Martinez from Red Bull coming in there at second, and Brandon McNulty from the USA for the UAE Team Emirates in third place. Congratulations to Remco on the Euros, and Olaf taking the road race. And then back over in the Worlds, the road race taken by Jonathan Milan. Once again, another title for the Italian. He's just absolutely destroying. We move into the tours then, and the first tour up here on the top left, the Santos Tour Down Under, the second year in a row that we have won that particular tour. Of course, Enric Mas winning that tour last year, and this year is Egan Bernal taking that one. Paris goes to Aaron's man. Remco takes the Adriatico. Pogacar, Cyclista Catalunya. Vingegaard not had the best of seasons by his standards, the Basque Country win. Perstrand Haganis, the Renouille Tour. Adam Yates, Tour de Bologna. Remco with another one there at the Tour de Suisse. Pogacar taking the Dauphiné, and Adam's man another one there at the Tour de Romandie. We move on then to the big three, and look at this. You can see on the right hand side what has happened there at La Vuelta. We'll come back to that in a second. We spoke earlier in season 3 that we really thought we had a good shot at the Giro. Vingegaard, Pogacar, Roglic, all not on the start list for their respective teams. We made a very good push, and Almeida briefly in the lead at the Giro until the final, I think it was 2 stages, when Adam Yates went back to the lead of the classification overall and ended up winning. So we just missed out on that Euro where we had a really good chance of taking it, but that is a shame. But over in the Tour de France, then Enric Mas finishing third, but aside from that, no stage wins for Movistar at this Tour de France in season number 3. Hopefully a better time next year. But over in La Vuelta though, for the second season running, we do take the La Vuelta. Of course, last year it was Mikel Landa, who in turn himself is actually going to retire at the end of this year. But it's João Almeida with an absolute blistering performance, and overall Movistar just decimating the field. Egan Bernal for Movistar finishing in second, Lennart van Etvelt for Lotto finishing in third. But you can see João Almeida took the mountains classification, the points classification, and then even Lorenzo Malesi, our 25-year-old Italian, taking the 25-year and under classification as well. So we just decimated La Vuelta with our team this year. A nice send-off for Mikel Landa, as I say, last year's winner as well. And for the third season running, we increase our victory count, some 40 plus, is that like 42 victories on the board, with João Almeida brought in this year, scoring 18 of those victories. So we can see there were wins for Tejeda, Buitrago, Romeo. There was 2 for Romo, 2 for Castrillo, 3 for Sanchez. I think Sanchez took the win of the Tour of Guangxi just a few days ago to finish off the season. Egan Bernal, a half-decent season with 3 victories. Enric Mas, though, on the flip side, I think more disappointing. Only 3 victories. David Gaudu taking for Igor Arrieta. Let's take a look at him quickly. So Igor Arrieta here at the Tour of the Alps took the stage 1 win at Kufstein there, and then following that up in June at the La Route Occitanie by finishing first overall in the classification, and then turned first in the under 25 classification with a singular stage win from Saint-Gaudens at stage 3. And then later in the season, notably at the Skoda Tour de Luxembourg, he finished first place in that final stage 5 as well. As we scroll through, a couple of unnotable performances for this 24-year-old. 5th place at the Veneto, 8th place at the Giro di Veneto, 4th place in the Giro della Toscana, 7th at the Circuito di Getxo, and then if we go down here as well, some good other performances. 2nd in the Vuelta La Región de Murcia, the Clásica Jaén. Good season, and I think, of course, for Arrieta, things are only going to improve. What a good season for this youngster. And then who else but João Almeida to look at here. 18 victories this year. Started off very early at the end of January with the Trofeo Serra Tramontana, finishing first overall. Ordered up in February at the Vuelta de Andalusia, taking stage 1 victory and the stage 5 victory, finishing second overall. Then in April at the Giro di Abruzzo, finishing first overall and first in points classification with that stage 1 victory from Vasto to Pescara. Moved on to the Giro then, where he finished second overall and 5th in the points classification. There were stage wins, stage 8, stage 9, stage 12, stage 16, but couldn't just get over the line and win. The Tour de Suisse as well there, decent stage 5 win for him. There was a win at the Dinastia San Sebastian Classica, which we of course mentioned before. Very good title for him to take. And then moving on to, of course, La Vuelta, finishing first overall in the classification, first in the points, first in the mountains. Absolute decimation. Stage 9, stage 12, stage 13, stage 15, stage 16 wins in that La Vuelta. Well done to him. And then finishing off very strongly at the UCI World Championships ITT with the first place there as well. What a season for the Portuguese. João Almeida, 18 victories. And I think following on from that as well, we just need to take a look at the individual and team rankings. Following on from what we've done this season, you can see for the individual rankings, who else but Tadej Pogačar still sits atop. But due to that amazing season Almeida had, he moves up to second place where he's been and really put a challenge to Pogačar this year. And of course that La Vuelta win, very much a big part of that. Enric Mas for our team still down there in 10th and Bernal in 16th. So some good rankings overall for the team, and that shows in the team rankings where we've now achieved our highest position in this rebuild so far. We're now second in the team rankings behind UAE. The individual guys of Pogačar and Almeida respectively, very much helping UAE and Movistar to just really do so much good stuff this season. It's been really good. It's the 31st of December then, here at the end of season 3, and what a good season. Another La Vuelta secured, and we've made a world champion and La Vuelta winner out of João Almeida. And of course the Movistar team now up to second in the CYA World Tour rankings. Let's go forward then and move into season 4. And that's going to be a wrap then on part 3 here on the Movistar rebuild, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you do, like, comment, subscribe, all of that groovy stuff. And part 4 coming up soon. I'll see you there. Get out of here.